Good day to everyone. I am Aliana Andre M. Bautista, and I will be presenting our research topic entitled The Learning Preferences of the Students in a Private Dental Institution. Introduction. Measurable differences have been described in the manner in which learners prefer to acquire, analyze, and recall new knowledge. Learning preferences can be defined as an individual's unique method to studying based on their preferences in mode of acquiring knowledge. Different models or tools have been used to be able to determine and explain learning styles, and VARK questionnaire was one of them. The acronym VARK stands for Visual, Oral, Reading or Writing, and Kinesthetics. Since medical students engulf a broad quantity of information, it is useful for these students to facilitate the access to information according to how they are more likely to absorb it. Knowing in which category they belong is considerable importance in the implementation of courses. The purpose of this study is to be able to determine the preferred modality of the students in capitalizing their strengths in acquiring knowledge, and for the educational providers on the said institution to have a background concerning their students' nature for better relationship. Conceptual framework input, which is the profile of the respondents in terms of age, sex, and year level. The process, which is the gathering of data through surveying using VAR questionnaire, descriptive survey, and statistical treatment. The output, which is determining the preferred learning style of the respondents, which results to a study that is most likely to serve as basis for teachers and future researches. Hypothesis. There is no significant relationship between the student's demographic profile and their learning preference result from using the VAR questionnaire. Methodology. Research design. The research design employed a cross-sectional study wherein the researcher studies a group of subjects at one point in time and draws conclusions by comparing the characteristics of the groups. Participants. These include the first and second year dental students of a private institution. Sample size requirement was computed using the OpenEpi version 3.01. OpenEpi website is a free and open source software wherein we were able to import our data and come up with the sample size. Procedure. The researchers prepared the VAR questionnaire for the participants. The VAR questionnaire was downloaded on their website and it consists of 16 questions. The potential responders were identified by having a list of the first year and second year students in the selected dental school, and a random sampling will be performed. The respondents of the study were informed about the objectives and aim of the study before the questionnaire distributed among them. Questionnaire forms were then collected and data was obtained for measurements. The results. The Table 1. Frequency and percentage distribution of respondents in terms of age. As you can see on the table, most of the respondents belong to age 18 to 19 years old, which is 57.58%. Table 2. Frequency and percentage distribution of respondents in terms of sex. As you can see on the table, most of the respondents are female students. Table 3. Frequency and percentage distribution of the respondents in terms of year level. As you can see on the table, most of the respondents belong to the second year level. Table 4. Frequency and percentage distribution of the respondents in terms of learning style preferences. As you can see, most of the respondents belong to the kinesthetic learning style. Table 5. Multivariate frequency distribution of respondents in terms of sex and learning style preference and result of Fisher-Freeman-Halton test. Fisher-Freeman-Halton test is an extension of the Fisher exact test and is used on contingency tables that are more than 2 by 2. Decision. If the p-value is less than 0.5, reject the null hypothesis. Since the p-value is not less than 0.5, we will not reject the null hypothesis. It means that there is no association or relationship between sex and learning style. Table 6. Multivariate frequency distribution of respondents in terms of age and learning style preference and result of Fisher-Freeman-Halton test. Again, since the p-value is not less than zero point 0.5, we will not reject the null hypothesis. It means that there is no association or relationship between age and learning style. Table 7. Multivariate frequency distribution of respondents in terms of year level and learning style preference and result of Fisher-Freeman-Halton test. Since the p-value is not less than zero point 0.5, again, we will not reject the null hypothesis. It means that there is no association between the learning style and year level. Discussion. In the study, the kinesthetic learning style preference was found to be dominant among the first year and second year dental students, which indicates that most of the respondents preferred to learn by movements and hands-on activities. This current study revealed no significant association between sex, age, and year level of students and their learning style preferences. The VAR questionnaire has achieved widespread use among the different study populations in undergraduate and postgraduate settings. This is due to its simplicity, relative ease of implementation, and good reliability as a research instrument. Conclusion. There is no significantly appreciable trend was found when comparing VARC style preferences between sex, age, and year level. The VARC questionnaire is a relatively quick and simple tool to reveal the learning style preferences on an individual or group level. Dental educators may use it as a basis to adjust their delivery methods to approximate the learning preferences of their students. Summary: 40 or 60.61% of the students preferred the kinesthetic learning style. The null hypothesis was not rejected, and therefore, this concludes that there is no significant relationship between the students' demographic profile and their learning preferences resulted from using the VAR questionnaire. The information about the dimensionality and reliability of the VARC scores reported are important pieces of evidence of validity, and they are still sufficient to support the use of VARC with research. Thank you for listening.